Welcome to the Daily Dose. Great Scott! We're here today doing a very special edition of Back to the Future Daily Dose. My name is Robert, aka Doc Brown. I'm joined by Susan, aka Lightning, and go ahead.
Thunder, but mostly
Thunder.
lightning.
No, I don't want to ruin your elements. And joining us as well today is Doc Brown. Tom, how are you?
I'm fine. My name is Emmett Lilthorpe Brown, but you can call me Doc.
All right, Doc. So, Doc, you're joining us. You've been with us for a long time doing improv and playing and having fun. What are we celebrating with all this crazy get up stuff we're doing today?
A sense of humor, which we need desperately.
Yeah. Tom, tell us about you a little bit. We're fortunate to know you in this group from your day one work, and but our audience at large doesn't know you. So maybe a little bit of your background before Parkinson's and how long you've been diagnosed.
Sure. I've been diagnosed about 7 or 8 years ago. Like everyone else, it came on kind of slowly and with a few suggested symptoms, and we put it all together maybe 7 years ago. But I had just retired after a long career as a marine biologist with the federal government, was enjoying myself immensely and volunteering. And it was on one volunteer trip that I had a tremor, and that's when things started to change. But the progression has been very slow. So I've been enjoying life quite well for the last 7 years.
Nice.
Susan, Susan, you and Tom shared a little bit of what I think some people would call the honeymoon period, and you've been diagnosed a similar amount of time, not exactly the same, but similar. Can you talk to me about the honeymoon period? Maybe you and Tom dialogue on that a little bit and what people might think or feel. Get the hair out of my head.
Oh, I would say one thing is it allows you to fool yourself, into thinking, oh, it's not so bad, or it's early stage, or I must have a really slow progression, all of which could be true, but it'll kind of allows you sometimes to trick yourself, make you think that, you're getting off lucky. And the thing is, you really do have Parkinson's.
Yeah.
Tom, how about that for you?
Yeah, definitely the same thing. And in the last year, I think, Robert, you kind of hinted to me that I should prepare for it, and it has happened. My honeymoon period has sort of lulled a little bit. I think I haven't quite taken the return flight from my honeymoon. I'm still out there feeling pretty good, but some new symptoms have come up, basically balance and things like that were not there a year ago. But I'm still better off than I ever thought I would be 7 years into this disease.
Yeah,
I think that's really important to highlight. The departure point from what was thought to be maybe at diagnosis and the amount of time you had, and then B, when this quote unquote honeymoon period ends, how do we prepare? What do we do next? And again, it's that philosophy, I think, of what got you here won't get you there. So there do need to be changes and adjustments. Tom, can you tell me about some of the adjustments maybe you're making as you're approaching some of these new challenges?
The big one is sort of being attentive, sort of watching, or realizing what's happening. I realize that if I turn fast, I lose my balance. If I'm going upstairs, I feel like I'm going to fall back down the stairs. So I just sort of am being much more aware of what's happening around me and to me, and realizing that it's something that I've got to watch and just see if it happens again. So much more attentive to change, because I'm anticipating it rather than feeling I avoided it.
Susan,
that's
sounds
awesome.
Like mindfulness. That sounds like kind of a today's the day attitude. Does it strike you that way?
absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. And the feeling that I had was gratitude that the awareness has begun to kind of tap you on the shoulder, smack you in the face once in a while, because it's hard to get there. And I admire you, Tom. I'm glad you are doing that, and that's why I'm feeling grateful for you and for me too. That those moments I give them weight now. I pay attention to them now.
Yeah.
Now I did just have DBS surgery, so a lot of the symptoms are gone for the time being. But yeah.
That's good.
For both of you,
Yeah.
I wonder if you could speak about the power of community. Susan, you just hinted toward it right there. We know isolation is such a big problem in Parkinson's. Talk to me or us about the power of being able to reach out and be understood at the compassionate level you guys can be.
Well, for me, I have a secondary community now, which is the DBS community. Everyone who's had it was so supportive and encouraging of me to get beyond the emotional part and really consider it a gift I could be giving myself. But I just yesterday I had a phone call literally specifically with another DBS recipient and I had specific questions. Did this happen at this point? Did you experience this, or is it just me? And it's really, really wonderful to be able to have that. Same thing with the Parkinson's community in our classes.
And Tom, for you, what does the community aspect mean? Being able to reach out to other people and be heard and listen to them too.
Yeah, it's great. It's something that I didn't realize I was missing. It's sort of the interpersonal side of things. I've got several interesting communities. I've got one where they know that I have Parkinson's and they respect it. It's swimming. One where everyone has Parkinson's, so we talk about it. We talk about the illness instead of just whether I can swim fast or not, or float. And another group of soccer players that they're aware that I'm playing soccer, playing goalie, and I can't kick. So I'm playing a game that's with your feet, and I can't use my feet because my feet are numb. And they all have got to give me a different type of community.
I love that last part, because immediately what someone would on the outside say is, well, of course you can't play soccer, and you found an adaptation. You found a way to yes and that and continue to be part of it.
Yep. I was playing with an over 55 group a year ago. I'm 70 now. So I was playing with relative youngsters. But when I realized that that my symptoms were getting worse, I moved to an over 65 group. So now I'm with other people who are equally slow. And we're out there.
It's all a yes and. It's a constant adjustment.
It is. I love that.
Parkinson's, it's aging, right? It's saying yes and to the truth of today. And since today's the day, this is the day that we are going to join the Jam for Joy. And that's it for our daily dose. Great job, everybody.